Yo, what is good? My anime people, what is good, yo? Guys, holy crap. This is one of the worst missions Boruto and Mitsuki and all that Team 7 has ever underperformed. Um, Not only did they not notice the tall tale signs of change in this character, but the guy who transforms into the guy we were trying to protect all this time somehow has information about certain things that I did not expect him to be capable of having. For instance, he says, I told you I was a good swimmer. Like, I'm pretty sure he was not ever around to tell that part of the story. To hear that. So it kind of goes to show you how much has kind of transpired in just the grand scheme of the villain being as intelligent as he is. Which I guess it does make sense. He probably had someone on the inside of the prison give him the little information that he needed to know. But uh, last time I checked, that happened during him explaining like how he got into the situation in the first place, which I don't remember people being around to really catch a hold of that conversation. So that might have just been a little bit of a weird spot for the show. But with this ability to pretty much transform into the corpse that you have done whatever to, uh, it's safe to say they should have. I don't know. I would have tested it on this guy because last time I checked, they said he was the second up, like he was the second to top, and it makes sense that they would think that, seeing how he may have eaten the true second or what or whatever. I don't really understand how his ability works. Because if you look at the shadow, it looks like he just like it looked like he just transforms. Like he has a very high grade of transformation, and once he's actually gone into your onto being the person he needs to be, because he uses his jutsu on a dead corpse. But from what we see under the water, he straight up was about to take a bite out of the guy. So I don't know exactly how it works, but clearly it works with some type of mouth, some physical mouth thing, because he couldn't transform into any of the other kids, which had way more potential to give him like powers, and he's seen how their powers pretty much work. I don't know if he could just transform into somebody and then become fluent and great at what they do. We saw how powerful the currents were, but these are ninjas we're talking about here, and they have powers that allow them to walk on water. So to hear that they're scared of currents is stupid. um, Not only was that stupid, I was somewhat wrong on this not leading to anywhere. For the first time, they actually used something that seemed very, 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 very irrelevant and turned it into something relevant. They're using this same villain clearly to carry on into the next arc, maybe, or at least into the future, right? Like Sarada said it herself, though, which gave me the reason to be the way that I was when I was watching this. She's like, I never want to come here again. And I was like, yeah, what a perfect line for you, because you'll never come here again, because this place is filler. Unless they just happen to show up to this place. We heard there's a breakout, and we want some ninjas to show up and try to help us out. They show up because they know some people there. They want to make sure those people are okay, whatever they want to do to get them out there. But I didn't see it being a big, um, big issue of the seasons of the series. And now that the person has actually lived and pretty much killed the one person our teammates were supposed to protect, where does it go from here? That's the cool part about this. Is that they failed. They failed miserably, and they don't even know it. So much to the fact that they're pretty much getting praised for failing at this point because they they didn't even uh, find out. They just took the kid guy's word for it. Oh yeah, he sank. He sank, which also goes to tell you that he is dead. Like that person is actually dead after what happens this week. That is pretty messed up. To be a character just introduced and you're already bopped very, very quickly in. So take that as you will. I expect to see this ginormous character that popped out of this whole ordeal to show up relatively soon. I mean, if I remember, the character I saw in the preview looked like someone that might be from the manga, so we actually might be getting finally some material that was actually supposed to be created, not just some stuff that feels more or less like it's just there to be there to give us more time to prepare for what's to come. But like I said, if they really, really want to, they can make so many old characters so dope. But now it feels like they went into a mode that I didn't expect them to do, which is give more give more of an explanation behind bosses, behind people that are going to show up and be a problem in the show, and give them more character, give them more danger to them than the manga ever attempted to, right? Um, and I think that's what's going on here. I might be wrong, but that's about where I stopped reading the Boruto manga, was when all of a sudden we got this whole thing pop off, and it was nowhere in sight of what the anime was going to do, so I thought the anime and the manga might just be separate things, but they still kind of are with how much Boruto has done in the anime comparatively to the manga, just in the case of uh, just missions, working with his teammates, actually making combination attacks over time with like almost every character he really talks to and stuff. Just all these different things that the anime has incorporated for the character to grow with his friends and stuff like that has been the really only big change to the pasting of the story that I can tell. So if they start getting into the stuff that the manga's already done, now you have competition of, do we do it better than them? Do we explain more of the stuff and what kind of threats are out there and whatnot? Because someone who can kill and then become the corpse of his killed victim is ridiculously broken. And hard to get around the fact that you have to just make a guess at that point. Like, is this my teammate or is this some freaky dude that can take the abilities? Not only do we know that it's possible to do that, but we don't even know uh, what the boss looks like. So take that with how you want. Even after we find out what he looks like, he can always just change. So I'm interested in this, but at the same time, I don't think it's going to be the craziest of crazy things popping off. But at the same time, at least we're getting to where I stopped reading the manga, so that's pretty cool. And hopefully this manga adaptation is better with a little bit more information that we get on the villain and just how quick and shifty he is. already. So with all that being said, everybody, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. So with that being said, take care and peace.